Alright guys, another video from the White Shorts Club. We got Myth, we got Kaichou over
Yep.
there. We got with 10th anniversary, Sword Art 10th Annie coming out. It's a pretty good set, not gonna lie. But one of the things that I kind of noticed was that a lot of people were playing like level 1 Zeka and Yuuki gold bar with the choice combo of level 3, or they were playing the pants level 1 into the choice level 3. But one of the things I noticed was that a lot of people were overlooking a pretty cool level 1 combo that comes out in that came out in this set. So we're gonna talk about that very particular deck. We also have a gold bar combo that also features Yuuki, but it's a level 3. We'll talk about that too. So starting off with our level zeros for this deck, I'll keep it a surprise for you guys. Starting off with 3 of the Asuna center runners. So on play, you can top check, and if it's an anniversary character, you can put it face down as a marker. If she has a marker underneath her, she gets 2k, so she is 3-5 with the marker. And then at the start of opponent's attack phase, you can run her to the center slot. So it's a pretty good level 1 card, or level 0 card.
Kind but better. She's also armored, but better. Actually, armor's condition is too free, but this one gives you utility of top checking, which is really good later in the game.
Especially considering that you don't have to put the card down as a marker, which can be useful for a lot of other versatile plays in the future for some of the other cards in this deck. Next up, we run 1 copy of the Drop Searcher. On your turn, she gets 1,000 power, so she's a 3k Drop Searcher on attack.
Both turns.
Is it both turns?
Both turns you have 2 more other.
Oh, okay. Good to know. But yeah, your standard pay 1, pitch 1, search for an anniversary character. Relevant, because this means you can't play this in place of the Sugu Drop Searcher from Ordinal Scale / the one that's a PR. We don't talk about that. This is a good one considering that we're playing mono anniversary. We're not sinning here. Next up, we run 3 clean cuts. The demerit, because it's a 3k clean cutter, is the fact that she can't side. Oh no, she can't side. What a demerit. You're probably fronting with her to get the effect off anyways, so there's no reason to be worried about that demerit. But the clean cut effect is that when she reverses a character, you can choose one of your anniversary characters, relevant, and then you can rest it and move it to the back, any open spot in the backstage. So in the event that you don't have an open stage in the back, you basically can use this to save a character. Like, if they get reversed, you can just rest them and then be like, I can't move them to the back. I guess they live. But this is why Clean Cut's a good card. 3k anniversary only. It's not bad. I think some people will probably end up running the Kirito Clean Cut still, but that's up to you. Next up, we played two of probably the funniest card in the game for Heathcliff. You can pay 1 as an act. You can pay 1 and send him to memory to look at up to top 4 and add any anniversary character and add it to your hand. And then, say it with me, everybody, if you die in the game, you die in real life. Because his effect is that if he's in memory, neither player can use Encore. This includes the Encore of paying 3 that every character has built in. So everyone has to die. Unless you're like SAO, where you have the if everyone else is dead, I can pay 1 to save myself.
Because that's not an Encore.
It's not an Encore, dude. So, Heathcliff stops normal means of death from being prevented. We were on 1 copy of the Kirito Climax Fixer. Pay 1, pitch a Climax. You can salvage a Climax from your waiting room, and then if you have 2 or more other anniversary characters, you can draw pitch. Pretty useful card. Good utility. Helps you guarantee that you have a climax ready to go if you draw the wrong climax. Rerolling 2 of the Asuna Yuuki PRs. This is a pretty good PR. I think that people are kind of sleeping on it a little bit, but on play, you can pitch a card to clock fix for an anniversary character. So, you grab a character from your clock with anniversary, add it to your hand, put the top card of your deck into your clock. But she also has the on attack, you can look at up the top 2 of your deck, and then you can choose one of them and put it back on the top of your deck, and then send the rest to waiting room. It's an effect I'll affectionately call on attack stack, because you guarantee your trigger that way. It's a pretty useful card. We run 1 copy of the Alice, that's a Ron PR. Yeah, that's about right. Pay 1, pitch 1, you can look at top 3 at any. It's pretty standard. But lastly, because some people are not able to buy a whole bunch of the Yuuki Brainstormers, sometimes you got to come up with more economic uses. So this Yuna is probably one of the best economic choices for milling if you can't get Yuuki Brainstormers. So the Yuna's effects are, once per turn when you use an act, you can top check. If that card is an anniversary character, you can add it to your hand and then pitch 1. And then she herself has a tap self to give 500 as an act. So this card is going to be pretty useful for a pretty good loop that we'll talk about in a little bit. But it's a really good card. One of those loops that you can use it with is with this 0/0 backup. So it's a level 0 1k backup, so in case you too need to defend like a clean cut or something, you can use that to do this. If you do, you basically turn your level 0 counters into a Leafa counter with the Yuna in the backstage. But the secondary effect of the counter is you can send this card to the waiting room and pitch a card to salvage an anniversary character, which is pretty useful for hand filter, because then you can just grab this back. If you somehow have like 6 climaxes in your hand, you can just be like, alright, let me go pitch 6 climaxes real quick to grab this back and keep going. You can go infinite with this. You never know. Yeah. Moving on to level 1s. So this is our level 1 climax combo that I was talking about. Alice. And Kirito. We're going to talk about Kirito. Unless you're playing the tech choice Asuna Ricky. So that way you can salvage it because of Kirito. But we don't talk about that. Climax combo with the fork. But she's 4k, but experience 2 or higher. So if you have, cards in your level zone that are levels 2 or more, there's an additional 2k, so this can be a 6k body on defense, which is pretty big.
Balanced.
It's pretty balanced. 7k on attack is pretty good. But, alright. So this has a pretty cool effect, climax combo. So, on attack, if you have another anniversary character, and you have the fork, you can reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an anniversary character, you can add it to your hand. Otherwise, you send everything else to waiting room. So if you reveal a climax, you put the climax into your waiting room. Or an event, I guess. But we don't play events in this. After you do the top check portion of the climax combo, you can then pay 1 to twin drive. So it's kind of like you get 2 climax combos in one. Well, not really 2 climax combos. You get like a Billy level 1 combo that's pretty standard, and you also get the twin driving option. But you get the added benefit of being able to twin drive safely, because you're guaranteed to not get a climax on the first of your 3 reveals at the very least. Assuming that you do pay 1 to twin drive. So you reveal a climax, you mill it, and then you can pay 1, trigger check twice. It's pretty good versatile options.
Yeah, instead of choosing which one, you get both.
Yeah, dude. It's pretty good. Your secondary level 1 option is to play these asanas. Right here. So these asanas are Ellie clones, so they get 500 for every other anniversary character, making them 6k on defense on a full board. Also pretty big. Defendable. They also have the on attack stack ability that I was mentioning earlier, so you get to choose your trigger. It's a pretty good addition to level 1s that you can use. You also have these two asanas. So these asanas are cost 0 stock bombs. So get rid of those pesky level 1 combos that you're annoyed about, or those level 1 walls that are 1-0s. Get rid of
level
them.
2 walls, like Yuuki.
Yeah, dude. But she also has the effect when she's sent to the waiting room, you can pay 2 to salvage an anniversary character, which can come in handy considering that you have the access to the twin driving Alice's, so you do generate a good amount of stock pretty fast. Additionally, because of the fork combo, if you do the stocking option where you put a trigger underneath this so you get 2 stock, it basically pays out for the asana, because then you could just salvage back whatever you put into stock if you needed it, or if you need
Salvage
some other
yourself.
card, you can salvage yourself. Exactly. Thanks, Kaichou.
Go infinite.
But yeah, I think that these are pretty good options for this deck. A lot of it, it's all about recursiveness, but probably the most important level 1 though is this 1/1 counter. So this is a 1/1 2k counter, but when you use this backup, it's a Leafa counter for anniversary. So you reveal the top card, and then if it's an anniversary character, you can add it, and then you can pitch. Kaichou, so you talked about how Leafa is a fake counter way back in the day, but what if you are able to put Leafa for more than 1 card?
Gets better.
You can go infinite. Yeah, so the idea.
Better. You have 2 units in the back, bro. You leave it for 3, it's pretty nice. And then you still take the damage, and you're just like, this counter's still fake. Or the top one is a climax, you're like, this counter's still fake. Or you go 3, then you cancel on 3, and you're like, this counter's good.
Yeah, but having that benefit of being able to go through your deck a little bit faster is also really nice.
Since you don't actually have a brainstorm.
Yeah. I mean, another thing that's important is that because of the 2k backup, this makes most of your characters 8Ks defensively. So, like, your Alice's are 8Ks. Assuming you have a full board, your on attack stacks are 8Ks. So, I think 8K is, like, it's a good number.
8K is a good number, yeah.
Like, that's usually what you shoot for on most climax combo level 1s, is like 8K is about where you're like, all right, if they get over that, they got me, chief. But
if they get over it, they probably had to commit like a lot of resources for it though. But yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Plus
7 to 7.5 is like where they are.
Yeah, the 7 to 7.5 is like pretty standard.
And then like 1 lane is 8K, so it's fine.
But like the fact that you're able to make lanes either tie or you just beat over the lane with a Leafa counter, that's pretty useful. Especially considering that you run the Heathcliff, so you can't really. So both you and your opponent are forced to commit to letting the character die for the like 9 out of 10 times. So it's a pretty useful scenario where the entire game plan is to like stay at level 1 as much as possible and just keep looping through the same characters like on every board state. So
because your board doesn't die.
Yeah. One last level 1 we run. This is a bit of a 50-50 for some people to run this 1/1 anti-early play clock bomb. There are some people who like it. There are some people who are pretty indifferent. I run it because it's an extra soul trigger. It's green, and you never know when it will come in handy on early plays. You never know. It's also not a bad card for what it is. I like it anyways. Also because it has Asuna on it. Control F Asuna, by the way. Alright, going on to level 2. We run 2 level 2 cards for options. So these are both anti-early play options. So first up we have the Asuna and Lisbeth counter. Even though it doesn't have either of their names on it, we don't talk about it. It's a standard 3K or 2/5 backup, and then the pitch 2 cards when you use the backup to send an opponent's early play to waiting room. You do generate a fair amount of hand because of the Alice combo, so being able to pay for this isn't too bad if you need to use it, but sometimes you just don't care too much and you don't think about it. The other card, however, is a really strong card that we finally have in Sword Art. We have a free fresh. So
it's pretty expensive though. It's pay 2, pitch 1.
No, it's pay 1, pitch. It's
You
a
pay
2/1.
Yeah.
But then
Pay
on
one,
play, it's pay 1, pitch an anniversary, specifically
Really?
anniversary, to refresh your deck. Putting your waiting room back in, and then you also get to give an extra 1K power. So.
Yeah, where's that fiber-lesson deck refresher? Balance.
The other thing about this free fresh is that it's also an anti-early play stock bomb. So this deck does run 3 answers to early plays. In case you run into that standby, or that one guy who's playing like early plays for
Upon
like
early
no
plays.
one's business.
Upon early plays.
Going infinite. Chica yo. Oh, sorry, I had allergies, but you have options.
3 anti-change with the 3 yos.
They'll never see it coming, dude.
Yeah.
Right. But to wrap up our level 3s, for our top end, we play, as affectionately coined, the true Zekin combo. Combo with a gold bar. So Yuuki is on play, you heal, and then on attack with the gold bar, climactic combo, you can pay 1, pitch 2 to mill 11. I'm also checking to make sure there's no power that you also get alongside this. Probably not, but
No,
you don't get power. Alright.
Use power when you're doing burn damage anyways.
Yeah, so. Alright, gotta take a deep breath for this. So, on attack, you mill 11, and if you mill 4 or more anniversary characters, you burn 1. If you mill 8 or more anniversary characters, you heal 2 on top of the burn 1. And then if you mill 11 anniversary characters or more, I don't know where you get the more, but
If you're clean.
If I'm clean, you also get to burn 2, burn 2, burn 4. So.
Burn 2, burn 2, burn 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in total, you burn 1, you heal 2, you burn 2, you burn 2, and you burn 4, for a total of 11 different damage being switched up.
On top of healing on play.
Yeah, so.
You heal 3.
You heal 3? That's usually what you go for, because as long as you aren't, like, super compressed, you're usually gonna trigger at least 2 or reveal at least 2 climaxes in a standard deck when you whip out the Yuuki. But if you do happen to whip out that burn 11, put it on YouTube as a clip, send it to us at the White Schwartz Club, and we will gladly give you kudos for that. I've done it only once, but it didn't kill him, so grumble.
Sometimes you gotta sacrifice your mid game, be out like a few climaxes,
Sometimes you just
Refresh like
gotta
4. Refresh like 4, triple cancel, draw the gold bar, and go off.
go time. But you know, it's a good combo. Considering it's a rare as well, so it's pretty cheap to get as well.
Budget options.
This is entirely a budget deck, not gonna lie.
Like, if you're gonna play Mother's Rosario, then you might as well just play this.
Yeah. But the other thing is that it's relevant because it has to be anniversary only. Or has to be anniversary characters. No sinning.
No sinning.
None of this, let me throw in Yu-Gi-Oh! From...
Throw some Avatar Nets or some anniversary.
Throw in some
block lights in here.
None of that. Wrapping up our level 3s. So we also run for this Asuna. So she's an early play, 2 or less climaxes. On play, look at X. X equals the number of anniversary cards or characters on your board. And then experience 6, she gets another 1,500. 1,500? 1,500.
50. She's also your experience for level 1.
Yeah, so the idea is that you want this Asuna in your level for experience for the Alice, and then at some point you can just throw in a Yuuki for experience 6 so that this Asuna gets to be full power. This is your primary digging option where you use it to either get through your deck to find your climaxes, or if you're really big brain, you're using this to get rid of climaxes that are still left in your deck before you Yuuki them into oblivion. Big brain. But the last level 3 we run a single copy of this Alice and Kirito.
Also known as Michiru.
So, on play, she searches for an anniversary character from your deck. Anything. And then on attack, you can pay 3 to mill the bottom 4 cards of your opponent's deck and burn them from the number of climaxes that you reveal this way. To continue using this meme, what are we, Psychono? But...
This is where you're an intellection or climax in the top half.
Yeah, but... Considering that you do build a fair amount of stock in this deck, you will have opportunities where this can become a secondary alongside with like a Yuuki and then maybe an Asuna on the board. And then the idea being you just blow all your stock before you Yuuki. And then you Yuuki and you just add in 3 clean triggers with this. And then you call it a day. Yeah.
And you stack your decks, the Aria Climax and the...
Yeah. But that about does it for this deck. It's Gold Bar 4, but it's the way that no one expects it. Because most people usually expect the Yuuki Gold Bar to be at level 1. And then they're expecting the Asuna Gold Fork for the level 3 endgame. It's a little bit of an unexpected deck. I kind of stumbled into this kind of idea when I was like, alright, I have a playset of 10th Annie. I already know what cards are going in my main deck, which I'm going to make as the hybrid between Avatar Net and Anniversary. So what can I do with the rest of the playset? And I was like, found this combo, put them together. Genius. Yeah. Overall, I still think this deck is fun. It's definitely had its moments in testing. Like I said, I've only pulled off Mill 11 clean once, but 9 out of 10 times, the heal 2 that you get off the Yuuki combo is usually enough to help you survive the opponent's next turn, assuming that you're not like out.
You're not playing against the choice combo.
Yeah, exactly. But if you somehow are able to whip out 2 Yukis and you heal 4 or heal 6, then you're definitely chilling though. So.
But then at that point, dude, You were almost dead anyways.
Emergency power button engaged.
3-6. Who needs resurrection? We just play Yuuki.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, that about does it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. See ya.
See ya.